email drafting. So you can automatically draft responses. If you take the Copilot automatically right off the bat, install it into Outlook, and start using it, the messages you send will be very simple. As you start utilizing it more often, it'll actually start to learn what that is. And as you see on the screen capture here, there's a little up, down thumb, and a down thumb and an up thumb, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can't speak today. And if you click on the thumbs down, it'll automatically know, okay, you did something wrong, and it'll ask you for that. What else can you do? It can summarize key points from a meeting note or an email, so you can have it search for those. You can ask for meeting times and tasks based on deadlines in your calendar. And then you can automatically sort and prioritize incoming emails. So what I'm going to demonstrate today is two things. I'm going to summarize an email, actually three things. I'll summarize an email, I'll draft an email to Reese, and I'll reply to one that she has sent to me. So I'll quickly go ahead and pull up my email. As you can see, I got a whole bunch. And so as you'll notice, for example, here is the one I get on CIO analytics and machine learning. But right at the top here is summary by Copilot. So when I click on that, it's going to summarize what the content was in there. So if you get a really long email, this was not necessarily a very long one, it allows you to see what the various points are. So in this particular case, it's talking about, check that out, AI, and variety of components in there. So now I can go through there and take a look at it. Now, let's say, for example, I want to write an email and I want to explain something. I am going to go ahead and send this email to Reese. And as you notice here, it says type the slash to draft with Copilot. So I'm going to go ahead and say, draft an email to Reese explaining the basic rules of baseball. Now, in this particular case, it'll search in my emails, it'll search in SharePoint and OneDrive for anything having to do with baseball. I am pretty sure I don't have anything in any of those locations. So then it'll go ahead and search the web. So I'll hit generate, and as you notice, it starts creating a draft. And it can be about any topic. Obviously, if you have information about Opfinity, it could do that, but then it would provide a lot of information. So baseball, well, obviously you can have a lot of information. We'll see what it comes up with. But here you go. It's asking, I want to explain the basic rules of baseball to you. I'll let everybody else read it, but here you go. It's doing that. Now, obviously, I can go in there. I can edit it. I can make those informations. I can decide to keep it, discard it. I can retry. So you know what? Maybe I didn't like that version. So I'll go ahead and I'll hit retry. And we'll see what kind of draft it comes up with this time. All right, a little bit more. Well, I like the grammar here better. I like how it's put it into a variety of paragraphs. So I might like that, and I'll say keep it. At that point, it pops it into the email. I can go ahead and put in the information, who I'm sending it to, etc. A couple things to realize with email is, one, you must utilize the newest version of Outlook. So for those of you who are using Outlook 365, if you're utilizing the old version, up here in the right-hand corner where this says Master Microsoft Teams Meeting is an option that says New Outlook with a toggle switch. You have to utilize the new version for this to work. Here is the downside. Copilot obviously requires the internet to work. If you don't use the internet, if you don't have access to the internet, Copilot's not going to work because it's utilizing this power within the Microsoft data centers. The new Outlook requires the internet to work. There is no offline mode. So you cannot utilize the new Outlook if you don't have access to the internet. So that being said, there are some things, supposedly the offline was going to be fixed and set up in January. Then I heard it was May. Then I heard it was June. Although right now, May 29th is still the date they said it's going to be fixed. That doesn't exist, but this is what Copilot can do for you. It also allows you to reply to an email. So for example, resent this email here. We all confirm for a consultation next week. I can get a summary of it. I can also reply. And again, I can do things to draft with Copilot. And what do I want it to say? I can say, yes, let's set up the meeting for 2 weeks instead, or whatever the case may be. And then it can generate a draft of that email to Reese for you. And it obviously can do that. You can thumbs down, whatever the case may be. There's a lot more you can do with it. But again, my goal today is just to give you an idea of how this all works. So that is Copilot in Outlook. Next we have is Copilot